For decades, people around the world have displayed a range of special powers and abilities. These powered beings came together and built superpowered cities to thrive in. My name is Angus, and I work for the Superhuman Action Response Team. My partner Sal and I patrol the streets of Super City, documenting incidents and exploits, and helping where we can, protecting our heroes from a mountain of bureaucracy. Because heroes don't do paperwork. Okay, I got another stack here for you. This is a typo stack, okay?
Okay. Put those next to the type Z, please.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Of course. What about type Z? Type Z, type
geez.
Z, we got
both.
yeah, we've got both.
Okay.
Just between the two right now, or on the left?
You know what? Put it on the right, and then it'll be O Z Z.
Oh, sorry. These are type O's. These are actually type zeros. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
It's not type O, it's type 0.
Okay.
So type Z. Maybe on the right of type Z.
Yeah, okay, we'll do type O and then
type
Z.
O.
So that's like type O's.
O's,
and then
yeah.
type Z.
Zero.
And then times 0.
Yes.
Which is like
okay.
Good.
You
get what I'm building up towards there?
Yeah,
okay.
no, totally. So we'll put that here. See, it's good to be working with you again. And this is why we shine together. Oh, sorry, just one sec. Hello, super citizens, and welcome to Heroes Don't Do Paperwork, the only podcast about events both big and small in Super City. I'm one of your hosts, Angus, joined by my co-host, Sal Bedfellow. How you doing today, Sal?
We could open this show up to the public. It could be our podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I was almost thinking like the audience is their co-host. Is weird. I don't know, but yeah, this is us. This is us coming to you guys. And just to how to start this? It's been a couple weeks since our last episode, in which we triumphantly took down the system,
right?
Who was a high-ranking member of the Shart Shadow Board, and
incredibly high-ranking. Far
incredibly
higher than we had originally anticipated.
we might have, if we had known better, we might have thought we bit off more than we could chew. But anyway, yes. So we put in behind bars probably one of the biggest threats to civility in Super City, and for that, instead of parades and accolades and medals or even like a pat on the back, I've been getting the feeling, Sal, that you and I are getting punished for doing the right thing.
Really?
Do you get that at all?
I got 1 week of foot duty.
What is that? What is foot duty?
Foot duty is where you have to go down to the bins and you have to sort the feet.
Sort the feet. Gotcha. Could you
the normal guy, Gus, who sorts the feet.
Mm-hmm.
He's really into his job, but he is forced to take vacation every now and again.
He's forced to take vacation. He likes his job too much. They're like, Gus, take a lap, buddy. Yeah.
I don't want to use the words clawing at the floor as he was dragged away. But I mean, at this point, there are too specific to not use.
Yeah.
That is the picture to paint.
It paints a picture. Yeah. So okay. Well, I've had a similar thing, but anyway, listeners, we have been taken off the street.
Well, hold on. Let's not get away. I want to hear about what you were assigned to.
Well, I just wanted to get over what we're doing right now. Well, so we're doing. Well, yeah, okay.
You don't want to titillate them anymore.
No, I mean, okay. You're right. I had to deal with a marble stampede. It was not good.
The Greek statue district.
Yes, yeah, the Greek statue. Well, so that's what happened. That's where it took place. It was a bunch of marble, like balls, like marbles. People tripping everywhere. I had to scoop those up with a shovel. I kept falling down. I kept spilling. That took a couple days, and they wouldn't give me a very big shovel. I had to do it with spoons, and I had a small garbage can that I put them in. It was. And I guess the most demeaning part of it was I had a band following me around, and they were playing like trombone music. like bum 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 bum, and then I would fall, and then there'd be a guy on the drums. He'd go brum tish, or just oh,
Yeah.
a lot of that. That's been haunting my dreams. I think
Right.
the band hangs outside my apartment, and they've been doing that. So that's been kind of bad. And I get the feeling that Shart's the one that hired them.
Right.
You know, like
probably because of the uniform they're wearing.
yeah, that's what it was. They were plastered in superhuman action response team gear. So yeah, so we haven't been doing so hot, and I mean I don't want to say it's great, but it is kind of a nice little break. Like right now, we're just having to do paperwork in the basement, which is kind of where you and I got started. You know, back in the basement again. I really would much rather be out on the street, you know, helping and kind of stopping crimes and putting the bad guys behind bars. But I honestly, I don't know, Sal. Like what we were doing that, and then
we put one of the bad guys. Like,
yeah,
you can't get much higher.
the system.
Than the
Have you
system.
heard of him?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a confusing name because it's also a noun.
I find a lot of best villains are nouns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the Shadow?
Oh, see, that was a classy villain. That was a classy villain.
Right.
It's a shame he
had a good bit of edge to him.
Yeah, great, very edgy guy. It's a shame he got cornered in that solar panel district, and there was a brief moment where there was no shadows, and he well, we don't know what happened to him. He got lost in like a void, I guess, of nothingness, or
well, it's first time anyone has ever had to shout as is run away from the light.
Right. Wait,
are you
saying most people say go into the light?
Do they not? I've been telling I've been telling a lot of people to go into the light.
Yeah, well you were on you had that shift at the hospital.
Right.
Yeah. How did that go?
Well, I had one of the highest mortality rates. But I'm beginning to think that may not have been the goal.
Well, good thing, Sal. I'm so sorry. I know that people are in a better.
I was in hospice.
Yeah, exactly.
Want them to go towards the light, right?
No, that's true. They were suffering. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Okay. Totally. You're.
Oh, goodness.
You're in.
I thought I was a part of the problem there for a moment, but
no. You and me part of the problem? No. God, no. No. We are just loyal Shart employees who follow orders, and how could that be wrong? You know?
Could you imagine a hero who presents themselves as part of the solution and then goes and pulls the rug out from underneath you, and they turn out to actually be a bad guy all along?
Ugh, disgusting. Right. Thankfully we've got the League of Villainous Evil. They handle, villain membership. Shart handles kind of superhero memberships and stuff like that. So thankfully we don't. I mean, God, I hope people don't hold like they don't have a card in kind of each organization.
You don't think anyone would ever play both sides so
that
they always came out on top?
Yeah. No. Wait, are there rules? There must be rules against people playing both sides, right? And then people would
rules
hear
about someone being a hero, and there's rules about being a villain. But for the agencies that run those groups, I've never actually looked into it.
Well, and you know what, Sal? You know what I would love? I'd love to run a database of all of the people in the League of Villainous Evil and all of the heroes registered on a chart, and see if there were any correlations between the two, any kind of names popping up in both. But we've got to deal with these papers.
It's true. It is true. And I'm now having a problem here because the font used to categorize these folders. In this font, the N and the Z look very similar.
Okay, see, I've got I was running into a bit of that too. I've got the N. Sorry, no, I have the nth. I have the nth stack over here. Yeah. It's I just kind of put any ones that involve math that I don't understand.
Right.
I just put over there, and I'm going to deal with it later. And I'm just going to keep putting the math ones off until I can't put them off anymore.
It's funny. I do something similar when I'm working down in the feet bins.
Oh, yeah. Well,
any irregular digit counts, I always just sort of push off to a later bin.
What would you say is so you're expecting human feet, I guess?
I'm
Where?
expecting feet within what is considered the typical humanoid range.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Anywhere from 4 to 6 toes is acceptable. Anything
yeah.
that falls outside of that, admittedly, narrow threshold is considered a regular digit count and
Hmm.
does get moved off,
Did
gets pushed off.
Did you get any hooves while you were there?
I got hoof and mouth, but I don't believe that's.
But no, but there, yeah, but there were no hooves. Okay, I got you. Separate. That's separate. Gotcha. Gotcha.
My
Yeah.
cheeks are itchy with the inside.
Well, it's funny we're talking about body parts too, because well, I was telling you about those marbles, right? That marble stampede. A
Right.
bunch of them I thought were cat's eye marbles, but they were
Oh,
actually just cat's eyes.
oh my.
Yeah, that part was that was, I would say, the second most upsetting part of the whole ordeal.
What was the first part?
The massive loss of life, I would say, is probably the first one.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah. But close second was all the cat eyes I had to pick up.
That's a
Yeah.
hard one. And it's funny because depending
There,
on who you ask, it could easily be flipped.
Yeah, no, totally. Totally. Yeah.
I am not looking forward to this upcoming week's assignment.
Oh, what have you got upcoming? Because
Well,
I'll trade you. I'm not looking forward to mine either. I don't even know
you
yours
sure?
yet, and I'm willing to trade. Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll take that trade.
Wait. Hey, whoa. Hang on. What? Well, let me just. What do you
That's
got?
not what you said.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. You.
Okay. How about this?
Yeah.
I will give you. Yeah, you love to ask questions, and I
I
respect that
love
about you.
I love asking questions.
So I'm just gonna give you sort of like a very broad summary of what the job is, and you can't ask any questions about what's involved. All right, you just have to take what the summary is, and then you
Why
just
did you
you.
start with "I know you love asking questions"? You're not allowed to. Oh, I see. I know
Well,
you
I
love
want.
doing that. Yeah, you can't do it
Yeah,
this time. I see. Okay.
you can't do it here until
Okay.
you accept that if you want to make the trade, that's fine, but you don't get to
Okay.
ask any questions before the trade. All
Okay.
right.
Okay. No, I
All
get it.
right.
I get it. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's live a little.
Okay.
Okay.
The summary I am offering you is road replacement.
Oh. That, yeah. No, I'll take that. That's just a week on road replacement. I can do that. Piece of cake. A little
Okay.
hard labor, but I could use a little exercise.
All right. You'll need to check in here to be turned into sentient gravel,
Oh,
and then
come
they
on.
will lay you out
Come on. For a
as a
week, I have to let
replace.
cars drive on me.
Yep.
All right. Fine. Well, you know what? Fine. I'll still take that because Sal, you know what you're getting?
What am I getting?
Diaper duty.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yep.
How many times do I have to die? And per what?
Well, so it's you have to die. I think it's 8 times per shift.
Oh no.
Yeah. And
I hate diaper duty.
well, hey, you haven't even heard yet. So the the lab is doing some more tests on resurrection, of course.
Of
And so
course.
you have to go die 7 or 8 times a day, and that's if they don't ask you for overtime. And come on, let's be real, they're gonna ask you
They
for
always ask
overtime.
for overtime. Yeah.
Yeah. But one of them I'm seeing on the list here is getting hit by a car. So maybe you'll get hit by a car on me
Oh
when
wow.
I'm a road. So maybe I'll see you. Maybe I'll
Oh,
see you.
that'd be
And
fun.
I gotta ask, what's your least favorite part about dying? Because now I get to ask questions.
So my least favorite part about dying is that I don't get to go through the light.
Yeah,
They always claw me
that's
back.
true. Yes, your instinct is to run into that light, but they've got you tethered good to this mortal. Yeah. Well, it's
I
cool.
always end up waking up screaming, "I'm just a puppet, and the real me lies beyond." Every time, and they
Now,
always make fun of me, and they write it on my locker, and it makes me feel bad.
now picture that, but every time you wake up screaming that, there's a trombone guy outside going wah 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 wah. It's
You
hell,
know
man.
what?
It's hell.
I wish. I wish I could escape from this purgatory to either heaven or hell, but I'm always brought back.
Wow, we're getting heavy today. Well,
Maybe it's the basement. I don't know.
I don't. You might
The basement
be onto
wears
something.
on you.
It does. We've been out on the streets for so long now that like I almost forgot the basement, and it's exactly how we left it, save for maybe a bit more dust. Yeah, it's cramped, even though it's kind of infinite. The ceilings are low. It's the basement sprawls out in every direction almost infinitely. It seems it goes into darkness, but it's
I always
low
feel like I
ceilings.
never have enough space.
Exactly. It's infinite. It's too much space, but then also
Like,
not
watch.
enough.
I will roll my chair back, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna spread my legs a bit, get comfy.
Yeah.
And I'm bumping into stuff.
You're bumping into your desk. It's
this is the crazy part.
Yeah.
I will move these things I'm bumping into. I'll move this filing cabinet. Just let me.
Just,
I'm gonna
that
move
was
this
impressive.
Over here.
Okay.
And then, all right, I'll sit back again.
Yeah.
And I'll spread my legs. And I'm bumping. I don't.
Are you
know
bumping
how
into
this
stuff?
is
Yeah.
into
It's honestly reality feels a little altered down here. You know what I mean? It's always felt that way to me, but now that I've got a taste of outside, out on the streets, really doing some good, it's just not the same. And
you're gonna get some street
street
exposure next week.
I get to be out on I get to be the street next week. So yeah.
They talk about having your ear to the ground, but your ears will be ground.
Will be
ground into gravel.
Now I'm really curious. Now, wait, can I ask questions now that I've accepted it?
Yes,
because I've never done this duty before. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Am I getting mixed in with? So like I will become a segment of road because I'll be turned into gravel. Okay, sure. I assume they'll reconstitute me at the end. Hopefully,
that's
weird
the deal
end of the
usually.
yeah, weird end of the podcast if they don't. But am I the only? Are there other people that volunteer or that do this work, or is it
volunteer?
Yeah, that's right.
This work is typically given to agents that are branded as doormats and let them walk all over them.
Sure.
Typically happens to those who ended up on the bad side of the chief. But I don't think that's what's happening to us here. I think it's just I think it's just work that needs to be done. To answer your other question, though, you are put into your own bag, and they label it. You will be in an Angus bag of concrete, and then from there, typical concrete stuff.
Well, maybe I'll get to meet some new people. That'll be fun. You know what? I'll look on the bright side.
Yeah,
I will say it's kind of this job they've got us doing now. It's something doesn't feel right about it, right? So for listeners, we got sent down to this basement here. To do to basically refile a bunch of paperwork that we had already previously filed in all these. We had this big row of filing cabinets, and they've just all been knocked over, and the papers have been spread out everywhere. And I don't know what would have done that. And there were these messages all over the wall, like "Go home, traitor," scabs, scum, stuff like that. Like really not nice stuff. I don't know who they're trying to intimidate, or who they're trying to make feel bad. But just like it's kind of a Sal. I'm gonna say it. It's a little bit of a hostile work environment that we're working in right now.
My words exactly. I'm 100% agreement with you. I think the part that makes it most hostile is that there's just tomato sauce on everything.
Yeah.
It seems like someone deliberately poured tomato sauce on all the stuff.
It's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. It makes a lot of because I've been because I've already started a pile next to type O. For type tomato.
Makes sense.
Please don't say I've got no. And I, hey man, you're gonna get through that foot. You're done with foot detail, or you got?
I was supposed to be done. Supposed to be done, but they pulled me in for an emergency shift tonight. They said they got a sudden influx.
Oh no! So we never talked about where these feet come from and where they go. Just that you have to deal with
the feet bins.
Yeah, the feet bins. Yeah, where do they come from? I guess, and where do they go?
Where they go is actually pretty straightforward. We sort them, categorize them, and then put them into foot storage. You never know when you'll need a foot.
Oh, the foot locker?
The one and the same.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. So I actually have been near that area. Oh, it smells bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rough smell.
Gus says that. Well, he gave me a brief orientation while he was being
Yeah.
dragged away,
Yeah.
and he said,
Wow.
it's not a requirement, but he
Mhm.
likes to sniff each one to figure out.
Yeah.
He's trying to go for this whole scent
Yeah.
categorization system.
Oh, interesting.
I'm more, as already stated, I'm more of a regular versus irregular digit
Yeah.
count.
Yeah. You're a numbers
Um,
guy.
everyone, sorts their feet a little bit differently, which is why
Mm-hmm.
it's such a huge task. Every 5 years ago, some new director of feet come in and says, you know what, we need to redo the whole categorization, and that just sets everyone back. As for where the feet come from, they do come from the yawning portal, which just
Oh.
dispenses feet. We're not really
Now,
sure where that leads to, because every time someone tries to go into the portal, they get kicked out.
now I have to ask, because like diligent listeners of the show will, God bless you, first of all.
Still with us after 68 episodes. We'll see you for
Yeah.
the next 68.
Yeah. But we briefly, you and I raised a child together, a fish monster that was kind of created in your foot bath, and it had an excess of feet.
13 feet, yes.
He had 13 feet. Index, our fish son Index, Dex for short, had 13 feet, and the last time we saw him, he was snatched up into a portal by a toxically masculine douchey demon. Do you think there's any kind of crossover there between the demon portal and this new portal that spits feet out?
Wow. Holy shit.
Sal, for listeners, Sal really leaned back in his seat there for a second.
Holy crap. Wow.
Okay, wait, Sal. Okay, so next time when you're there tonight, keep an eye out on the feet and see if there are any like secret messages in there. Maybe Dex is trying to contact us, or maybe not. Maybe this is just because this could just be a separate foot portal. It's very possible.
Right. That you make an excellent point, because I mean, like, how many times have there been belly button portals, right? Like,
totally. Right. There's lots of dimensions and universes out there. That there could just be one full of feet. So that's just it's. But hey, let's do the homework and see. One sec. I just got a text.
Okay.
Ah, shit.
Oh no.
I got another shit job tonight.
What job are you up to tonight?
It's a literal shit job. I have to yeah, you know how like all those people that live in the sewers beneath the streets of Super City?
Of course.
Well, it sounds like their sewer system, the system below them, so I guess a sub sewer system, has kind of got some issues going through it, and they're going to turn me into they're going to put me in basically a giant pipe cleaner suit and just kind of run me through those pipes. I don't know why they can't.
You're doing poop luge, dude.
Yeah, poop luge. Yeah, poop luge. that is. I guess that's probably a better name for it. I heard one guy call it the shit skeleton. That just depends if you go feet first, head first kind of thing. I'm hoping to go feet first, but we'll see what they do. And I don't know why it can't just be a giant inanimate pipe cleaner they run through it. It has to be a guy in a suit. So I don't love that.
Well, it's because if you do run into a clog, someone who has every interest in escaping there alive will do more work to get that clog unclogged.
It's true. So you're saying the difference between me and a giant inanimate pipe cleaner is my will to survive? That's fair. I'll take that. 100%. I'll take that. Look, I'm just hoping I don't.
I'm telling you is if you could get a plunger, that didn't want to drown to death, you'd probably have unclogged toilets every time.
Interesting. You might be onto something. We might. I'm sure Shart is working on sentient tools that want to live. But I'm just hoping in this sub sewer system I don't run into another kind of like enclave of people, because I'm tired of running into like full-fledged societies. I feel like we've been doing that a lot lately.
it's tricky because the environment that is Super City is just so conducive to sub societies, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We've got Super City proper, the surface level, and that of course
Mhm.
leads to the sewers. The
Mhm.
sub sewers, of course, under that.
Because we got the
Bubo,
mole
most
people
recent.
over.
Yeah, mole
Bubo, yeah,
people.
Bubo, yeah.
Bubo had grew a whole civilization of weird tiny Angus people. That's all I'm saying is that for whatever reason,
But they weren't really, but they were, but they weren't. Yeah.
all of Super City is just a hotbed for societal growth. If anything, I hope you find a new culture underneath the sewers.
You know
because the thing I love the most about the sewer people is their primary food, the sewer skewers.
what? It's true. And honestly, I shouldn't balk at the idea of coming in contact with a new culture. Like I'm curious what culture would develop in a sub sewer species.
Well,
Society, I should say. Yeah.
You should bring a camera along. You could maybe make first contact.
I might do that. You know what? I might do that. I'll bring. You know what? I'll bring the camera with me, and maybe I'll snap a few shots when I'm doing the old shit sled. It's looking like we've got a decent amount of the piles done here. I feel like we've got a preliminary pass on all these. The filing cabinets a lot of them are still knocked over, but we've stacked all these papers pretty well, I think. Right? We've got these mostly organized.
Yeah. The nice thing about this categorization system we've got going here is we've got Z, O, and then 0, and then Z.
Yep.
And then tomato.
Tomato. Yeah.
And then we've just got other.
And the other pile is the biggest one. I will say that the other pile
is rather large.
Yeah.
But it is sorted. So
it is what it is. Well, I think this is a good step. Oh, hang on. Okay, what is getting Sal? Are you seeing this? There's some kind of electromagnetic disturbance. Oh, hang on. Oh no, the papers are flying everywhere. Oh no.
The sensors are off the charts, Angus. Look at this. The thermostat is rising.
Oh, the barometer's also rising, I think, or falling. Oh, hang on, Sal. Do you see that?
A form is materializing.
Yeah, there's like a form. Hang on. Oh my god. Listeners, that's gonna do it for us here at Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. Try to do the right thing, and oh my god, Sal, it's no.
Hey everybody, Angus here. As always, Sal Bedfellow is played by Matthew Wally. If you like the show and want to support it, or any of the other shows on the Podcavern Network, head on over to podcavern.com and check out our merch store. We've got lots of cool hats, t-shirts, hoodies, stuff like that. Anything you buy there helps us keep the lights on here. Thanks for listening.